Record to this computer. Sweet. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Team Call. David, again, thank you so much for reminding me to do this. Again, as you jump on, guys, just mute your lines so that we can keep the line nice and clear. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, so again, I've got a lot to cover tonight, so we'll try and get everything. Maybe take notes if you need to. I'll try and I've got lots of notes myself, so I can just copy and paste them straight into Leaders Go First as well afterwards, or possibly in our team page. I can pop them in there as well, just to try and keep everything nice and easy. Sweet. So today I wanted to cover how to run a shit. I can't even remember what it's called right now. Why am I recording this and I'm swearing? Sorry, guys. Also, just another thing I want to make is an agreement for authenticity today. And is everyone cool with that? If I just be really real with you about where things are at and how I'm doing my business and all that sort of stuff? Awesome. I think it's really, really important, especially now with how things are going with business, that we are being really real, being really ourselves on social media. And I'm going to delve deeper into that as well. So the thing I wanted to go over with you guys is Google Docs, which is exciting. Who's not heard of these before? Raise your hand if you haven't heard of Google Docs. Yeah, cool. Who here uses the magic formula? Yeah, cool. I'm going to show you a really cool way where you can upload the magic formula into a Google document that you can send as a link to your cold prospects, okay? We're differentiating the difference between warm and cold here. So I'll just put that on silent. So you've got your warm market, which is people that you know, like, and people that know, like, and trust you, right? And then you've got your cold market, random people you add on Facebook, people you meet and you add into your Facebook funnel, all that sort of stuff. So I know I mentioned on our team chat when I posted about this tonight that there is a difference between your warm and cold market, and you don't have to move your cold market into your warm market in order to enroll people. Who spent a lot of time messaging people, becoming best friends with them, to be like, okay, now we're friends. How do I tell them about Isagenix? Yeah, cool. I'm not the only one. So I went to Success Summit a couple of months ago now, and what we learned was you don't have to move your cold market to your warm market in order to enroll people. People that want to be sold to they just want a product experience, right? And it's okay for you to enroll someone into your cold market and keep them as your cold market. Once they're over the line and they're in your team, they're part of your team, then you can start to get to know them and build that relationship with them. And then it's a business relationship, right? It's authentic as what it was intended to be from the beginning, without the sort of like, how do I be friends with this person? Let's get to know. Let's spend months talking to this person, and whether or not they actually decide they want to do Isagenix, have I wasted my time? I don't know. Do I even like this person? I don't know. So let's cut that stuff out. Let's make it a lot more streamlined for your business. And just remember, guys, this is not for every single person. This is specifically differentiated between your cold market and your warm market. And you've got to be at that point in your business where you can differentiate between the two of them. And if you're not, that's fine. Just practice. Just practice on people, because that's what this is all about, right? You're constantly learning as you're having new conversations with people. Right. So, by the way, I'm really renowned for losing my train of thought. So sorry if I just sort of jump a little bit. That's kind of my life. Yellow. Anyone else here yellow? Sweet. Cool. Right. I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. I've got so many friggin' pages up. Let's find where you guys are at and how to share my screen. Cool. Awesome. So this is what a Google Doc looks like. So if you jump onto your Gmail, for example, if you just Google Docs, this will come up. So if you have a Gmail account, you can create one like that. And if you don't have a Gmail account, you can create one. And this is an awesome opportunity for you if you're running a business from, say, like for me, I'm the traveling Kiwi, right? That's sort of how I integrate my business. That's my niche. So I could make the traveling Kiwi at gmail.com or something like that, something that's available, of course. So if you haven't got a Gmail account, create one. Really quick and easy to do. So Google Docs. And let me just see if I can get a blank page up. Yeah, cool. So this is what it'll look like when you jump on. And you can click blank. You can click blank. Cool. And then you get an untitled form here. I have a template here. Cool. So all you do is you copy and paste this information here over to your Google Doc. This is kind of hard on my tiny screen. Hang on. Sweet. So, no thanks. Sweet. So what you do is all the instructions are already on here, and I can send the link to pretty much anywhere. I can put it on here or Leaders Go First, wherever. And how to create it. So if you've not already done it, there's a training video, which is awesome. So you can add your title. This one's Your New Healthy Lifestyle. You can name it whatever you want. And all you do is copy and paste. I just have to keep moving this. Cool. And you can describe it however you like. And you can create this. You can do the magic formula word for word if you want. And you can even load in photos, which is really cool. So subtitle, I've written here, take your time in filling out your goals. The more you dig into this, the better, basically, and have fun with it. So copy and paste that straight over here. Who's liking this already? Who's like, what the heck are you doing? Yeah, and then you can go into your questions, right? So first question is phone number. And if it's got the asterisk next to it, I'll show you what that means. So phone number in here. And you can change this whether you want multiple choice, checkbox, drop down, etc. This one you can just go short answer. And then you hit this here, required, which means they have to answer it in order to move on or in order to submit their form at the end. So any of the details here, see how they've got the little red asterisk next to it? That basically means it's required. So then you go down here and you click add another question. So when the person's jumped on and they're filling in their details, they'll just put in their phone number. So I'm not going to run through all of these with you guys and copy and paste it because you can do this yourself and it's really easy to do. Next question will be their name, for example. So name, and then you click short answer again. There are some multi-choice questions in here as well, and some paragraph answers as well. So you can just go through and do all of that. Towards the end, so you can see down here how you can add photos, and you can add videos. So as you go through all of these, right, we've got like a linear scale over here. As you go through all of these, you can add a video. So I've got the Isogenics experience here, which is actually a 12-minute video, but it goes through everything. Eric Coover's in it, talks about start, talks about the products, goes right into detail about the products, goes into the opportunity. So it actually covers everything. It's a really great video. And yes, it's long, it's 12 minutes, but 12 minutes is a lot quicker than, getting someone onto a webinar, for example, which could be anywhere between half an hour to 45 or an hour. So it does cover a lot. And when it comes to a business opportunity, 12 minutes is nothing. Awesome. You can also add an image. So we go through here and you can add your before and after picture. If you don't have one, it's totally cool. I mean, this is something that you're working towards. I mean, you're your own walking billboard, right? When you get your own transformation, people are going to ask, like, what are you doing? You're going to post it on social media. You're going to get the most amount of love on your own one because people who know, like, and trust you will recognize you. And it's your own story. It's so powerful. And you can add that in here as well. Like, this is how I got my results. Yeah, so if you haven't got one yet, just keep working on it. And you can add text instead of a picture. What else? So, okay, so we've done, say we've filled in all of this. And all the instructions are in here, guys. It's so easy. So at the top right corner, you've got these 3 vertical dots here. And you can go get email notifications. Where is it? Preferences? Yeah. So you can collect email addresses, and these will go through to your email that you've created. So you'll get, Sarah Jane has just completed her form, and you can go through and see all the answers, which is really, really cool. And then once you've received that, you can message them and say, hey, I received it. And you can go from there, basically. Bridget, yeah, it's being recorded, hun. Cool. So does that make sense to everyone? I can't even see if you're nodding, to be honest. I've got my screens up, so whatever. I hope it makes sense to everyone. I've covered it really quickly, but I've got, like I said, I've got a lot to cover. So this is a really cool way to be able to, again, you only want to use this on your cold market. You can make a business-focused one. This one's a health-focused one. You can try and blend it up. You can customize it. You can make it all unique to you and what what you want to represent as for you and your business. And I'll be honest, I've only just started using this. I've only just created it, so I haven't really tried and tested it, but it's really awesome to have solid files of your new customers that are coming through. And you can always reference back to it with, their goals and everything like that. So that, say in 12 weeks or something, maybe they hit a bit of a slump, or, they've fallen off the wagon for a little bit, and you can refer back to their goals that they've told you about. And you can say, look, I remember when you answered, how long you've been wanting to make this change for, and you said 4 years. It's been 12 weeks and you've already progressed this much, You can reflect back to all of this, and it's all going to be stored into your emails, which is so easy to access, especially if you create, a new one that's related to your business, which is cool. If you do create a business email address, you can also link it to your Instagram or your Facebook. You can send it to people, and you can communicate through there if you like, as another option or another source of communication. It also adds a level of professionalism as well, if you've got an email address on your Instagram, for example, which is cool. All right, so we've quickly covered that. What I can do is create a training video for that as well, so that we can cover more of that. So I've just got some notes. Sorry about any swearing you see in my notes. Okay, sweet. So how do I make this big? I still don't know how to use a computer, guys. Cool. So I've quickly put this together just so I can reference some notes, because I don't think I was going to memorize everything I've written out for you guys. But putting yourself out there with ease and courage. Okay, so remember, there are people out there, out three, who genuinely need to hear what you have to say. As soon as you allow fear to take over, you're making it about yourself. So basically what I'm covering here, guys, is authenticity when sharing online. It can be so easy to be caught up in the hype of things, but what social media really needs right now is authenticity, uniqueness, and you. Would you agree? There's a lot of people out there that are, copying what's out there on social media already. And I just really have to express that, as much as we're, all at different levels in this business and learning what the heck we're doing and trying to work this all out, that's all good and well. But make it your mission to find yourself as quickly as possible in the niche you want to work into. I knew why I started. I started because I wanted to travel the world, hence why I'm the traveling Kiwi, right? So I've used that as my niche, and I talk to people based on that. That's how I enroll people most of the time that want to do business. I also do share transformations, and I talk about the business as a whole, and I don't tend to separate the two. So I also get product users and people interested in physical results as well. You definitely want to balance. You don't want to enroll everyone that just wants the business, because that is a lot of work trying to coach, loads and loads of people. And there's a big difference between product coaching and business coaching. So there is a difference like that. So you don't have to pretend that you've made it or have it all together. Just share what you figured out already. So what I mean by that is, you don't have to pretend like you've been doing this for 2 months and you're already, maybe you've had some awesome income already. That isn't going to be your consistent income through Isogenics. That's a temporary income that you've earned through hard work, right? Yes, there's been some people out there that have been able to maintain that through consistent hard work. But it's human nature that we run and we stop, and we run and we stop, and we keep going like this. That's typical business. That's typical human nature. So just bear that in mind. Even if you are making it really big in the beginning, you don't have to nail it the whole time. And our aim isn't to think, act, and behave like others before us. Our aim is to think, act, and behave like ourselves, right? So let's just see if I can actually read this all. Yeah, cool. Awesome. And we're granted the gift of freedom through the vehicle of network marketing. So think about what that means for you, what it really, really means for you. So for me, right at the beginning, I followed the trend of freedom to me means time freedom and freedom from the 9 to 5, right? And that's all good and well. That's perfect. But freedom for what? Freedom to do, what am I going to do with all my freedom, right? Who else is using this vehicle for that? Can't really see what you guys are up to. But yeah, so have a look at why it is to the core that you're building this business. Because if you've got no why, you're not going to have this all figured out, right? You're just going to be working and you're going to be working and you're going to be working, and then you may stop and you may lose momentum, or you may forget why you're doing this in the first place. So it's really important to not just be like, I'm doing this because I want freedom. You've got to dig a little deeper. Why do I want that freedom? Why is that important to me? Who do I want to present myself as? Who am I, to yourself, and really work on that. What else have I got here? Also, another cool thing is to consider what your social media aspect looks like from the outside looking in. Have you guys considered that? Because, you also want to express yourself as much as possible on social media. I know it's scary to do stories of you talking, of you doing life things, but people do want personality. So do you guys remember when Snapchat blew up? And that's because it was sort of the first release of having short bursts of people's personalities expressed online. And Snapchat's kind of died down because, Facebook and Instagram have both taken that on as a tool. So the reason why that blew up as a social media trend was because you got so much of somebody in such a short space of time. And that's what people really want. As much as social media has been created to build our connection and build our social connection with people, it's kind of done the opposite. Therefore, we don't have as much connection with people. And again, that's why Instagram stories and Facebook stories are absolutely blowing up. I want you guys to have a think. So when you pick up your phone and you start scrolling through Instagram or whatever, you might scroll for like a couple of bits and then you'll get caught up in stories, right? And you'll watch story after story after story after story. And more people are doing that than actually scrolling. So you want to start leveraging stories as much as possible, and learning the skills that's available. And there's so many marketing tools available in stories. There's lots of polls, there's lots of engagement stuff happening there. So if you're not using stories on Instagram and Facebook, you really, really, really need to start learning how to use it and just put yourself out there and just start doing it. Because honestly, that's seriously where the juice is in terms of relating to people. Even if you think your life isn't worth putting on stories, it definitely is. Even if you think what you're talking about is lame, it's not lame. And also the thing is when you're building up your personality through Instagram stories, doing an Instagram or Facebook Live is going to be so much easier. As scary as it still is, it's going to be a lot easier because the 10, 15 second bursts of random talking and doing things becomes like nothing. So it starts to create ease in lots of areas through social media marketing and marketing yourself. That's what we're doing, right? People will join your team because of who you are, more so than what your product is. So it's really important that you have your niche set out with who you are. And don't stress too much about like, who am I? What's my niche? Blah, blah, blah. Let it come to you naturally. It's probably the first reason you started in the first place. Or it's something that has been a part of you your whole life and you've been too afraid to express it because of whatever has happened that's had you become more internal, or that stopped you from being absolutely self-expressive, right? So this is your freedom to be absolutely self-expressed in your business and connecting with others online. How cool is that? Cool. So yeah, people are going to watch your story. Why are people going to watch your story over the thousands of other people they follow, right? So you need to evolve with that and start creating content on your stories. But you also don't want to make it really salesy and markety, because again, people aren't on social media to be sold to. People are on social media to be social and get caught up in scroll holes, really. You want to make it interesting. You want people to watch your story. You want yours to be the first that pops up on somebody's Instagram or Facebook every time they jump on. So in that, it means you constantly need to have stories there. So building up content can be difficult. Watching other people that you follow through Instagram and social media can be awesome, because you can screenshot their stories as well and share what they've shared. Just make sure you're being authentic and acknowledging them and what you've shared that's theirs, and things like that. Because again, authenticity goes a long way. And just, being a decent human. Cool. And anything on your stories is amazing as long as your audience gets to see you. You can literally do anything you want on your story. Just make sure it's compliant if you're doing any isogenic stuff. But you can be weird, you can be beautiful, you can be creative, you can just share what you're doing in your day. If you're traveling, people want to see where you are. If you're from, beautiful places in New Zealand that people don't get to see, then share it, because it's amazing. And we're in a very special place that the rest of the world don't get to see from our perspective. So even if you think it's not worth sharing, it definitely is. And you'll start to see the numbers start to grow on your Instagram stories. So I want to try and get everyone on here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so who doesn't use stories? Lots of people have their cameras off, so I can't really see what you guys are up to, but whatever. Sweet. Gail, I just saw your message saying you're able to send that to us. Did you want the template, you mean? Yeah? Okay, from what I was talking about before. Sweet. Cool. I have some other notes as well that I took. I got really wordy. Okay, so I'm not going to read all this out to you guys. But something that's really caught my attention recently, and I'd love to know if you agree, but the way we communicate on social media to each other versus what I've seen other, not network marketing companies, but other sales techniques on social media that I find really effective, right? So the reality is we're in sales, okay? We're selling ourselves, we're selling a product, we're selling an opportunity. It's sales. I used to deny it. I was like, I'm not a salesperson. I couldn't sell anything. I've tried to work in sales and I didn't get the job, and I suck at sales and I could never do it. So this is not that, because I'm quite good at this. When in fact it is. I'm just good at this because I get to be me, right? David, I'll answer you. I'll try and answer your question later on. I'm not really sure what that means. If you could break that down a bit more, that would be awesome. So how we act on social media as a movement of supportive team and incredibly personally developed people does not fit in with the way we communicate already on each other's posts. Do you guys see how, so what we sell ourselves as is, we have David Wood, we've got personal development, we've got all this amazing stuff, we're great at sales, we're building our businesses, we've got a great community. This is what we sell as part of our pitch when we're talking about isogenics to people, right? So what we want to do is match that level of communication of what we're selling with how we're commenting on each other's posts. So what that would look like is when someone is achieving something, or when someone's had a result, or when someone's talking about a product, we want to share with people, this is an amazing product, it works. I love this product because this. I love this transformation because it resonates with me because of this. And we really want to start putting more effort into the way we respond and lift each other's businesses up in social media, right? Because there's a big, I see it all the time, and I'm guilty of it too, okay? Is that we'll jump through and we'll see someone that does isogenics and be like, I'm going to put support on their post and go like, woohoo, or something like that. Woohoos aren't going to sell your product, but saying, I love Ionics because it really works. It says what it says it does. And people are going to see that, and say there's 10 of us on someone's post, and still going, woohoo, you rock, babe, this is awesome, and all that. I mean, that's all good and well. But if there's people saying, this is awesome, it works, this is great, it works, that's what people want to know. People want to know it friggin' works, right? And so the more of us jumping on people's posts and saying it works, it's going to create more belief in other people that have been watching, going, oh, that person says it works, that person says it works, that person says it works, because it means so much more. That's what people want to know. When I'm looking at products, I don't know, I'll Google like a lash serum or something like that, and then all of a sudden my Facebook ads are that, because that's how it works. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if that lash serum works. And then you see 100 people going, it works, it works, it works. You're like, okay, all right, I think it works. Rather than people are going, woohoo, yay, sweet, this is cool, and stuff like that, okay? I don't need to keep going on that. We all get that. Awesome. Cool. So from that, what I'd really, really love to do with you guys is who finds, and this may not be for everyone, but who finds that there's, they do a post and then people that are your network and your team may not be promoting it, helping you promote it. Because remember, this is a leverage-based business, right? So we've got to utilize the teams that we've got. Am I frozen or are you guys frozen? I'm frozen. Okay. Sweet. Are we good now? Okay. I love all the silent nodding. It's awesome. Sweet. So I don't know where I got up to, but basically what I'm saying here is, you know how there's been a lot of people going into Leaders Go First and being like, I've done this post. Can you guys put love on it? Blah, blah, blah. What I would love to do and to create is small social media groups from people that are in this conversation right now, that we can team up and we can have our own little small social media groups where we do posts and everyone goes in and pours love into it. And we're creating our little mini networks of people. And when we get enrollments specifically, we have that team of people comment on our new enrollments post. Because who here struggles to, someone's just come into the business and then, they're doing posts, but no one knows what the heck that person's posting about. And then there's no love on it. And it's kind of just limp. There's nothing really happening. And then you go into Leaders Go First or your team chats and you're going, please help my friend. She's so excited. She's just started. No one's commenting on the post. Please jump on. I've got two sort of things about this. People that are authentically commenting is awesome. And if no one's commenting on your post, then you should maybe reconsider how you're posting and how you're targeting your market. So that's one reason, if you're already sort of like built up a network, right? But for newbies, I think it's really important that our team really goes in there and starts commenting things like what I just said before about how it works and how it's awesome and have you been doing it for 2 years or whatever, however long you've been doing it, and just say real stuff that's going on for you. And you can have a couple of phrases pre-typed out, so you don't have to type it out every time on your notes or whatever. So you can just copy and paste, and you can have maybe 4 or 5 different phrases that are authentic to you that you can just copy and paste into other people's posts. Is that cool? I mean, it's copy and paste is faster than writing woohoo and stuff like that. So sweet. I love, comment in the box if you guys are loving what I'm saying and all that sort of stuff, because it's a lot easier for me to read. Awesome. Sweet. Cool. What else have I got in here? This is really exciting. So I don't know if a lot of you guys saw this, but recently I was number 10 in the world for Start, which is amazing, right? That's really, really cool. Thank you so much for all your congrats. The thing is, right, is that month of April, and like I said, I'm being honest here, I had 11 cycles for that month. Yeah. What is that saying about where we're at in the world of Isagenix right now? So yeah, big gaps, right? And I really want to touch a realistic point of view here, because if I'm number 10 in the world, that means there's a huge open space for anyone who's under 25 to absolutely crush it and get their name on that board. I mean, that was one lull of a month, but hopefully everything picks up again. But what this is saying to me is that there is a universal lull of people building their businesses within Isagenix as a whole. Are you guys feeling that? Yeah. So what is important now? Okay, again, this is normal for businesses, right? There's a spike of momentum, then there's a drop, and then what happens? Yeah, we go back up again. So right now, we're sitting in that beautiful little drop where you may have noticed some people are looking at different network marketing options. People are looking back to going to their other jobs because they're like, maybe this isn't it. But like any other business, this is really normal. And this is an opportunity for us as the people that are doing this to really recreate what Isagenix looks like as we bring this back up to that peak, right? And we're looking at authenticity of how we market ourselves online. We're looking at authenticity of how we comment and pour love into each other's posts. We're looking at changing the way that we're doing this and meeting the market, the social media market, with where it's at. And this is really, really exciting because we get to be the creators of that for Aotearoa, for ANZ, for the world, which is so freaking exciting. So yeah, there's huge momentum. We can feel it bubbling in our bones. Isogenics is bringing out whole new stuff. We've got launches of, berries and cream that's launching Wednesday, which is, again, it's going to boost momentum, and we just need to get that momentum off the ground and running. We've got all the tools we need, right? There's lots of different ways to do this, guys. And what I've shown you right at the beginning with another form of how to get your cold market through and basically qualifying them. That's just, it's a cool tool, but it's another noise, right? We've got all these ways of how to do things. Find one that works for you, for your cold market, for your warm market, and stick to it and just run at it. And yes, you can try lots of different things. Yes, this form may work for you and it may not work for somebody else. And that's the beauty of this business, is that we can do this for whatever suits ourselves. It doesn't have to be the same for everybody. Just find what works for you and run consistently at that, because there is so much noise. There's so many ways to do things. It doesn't matter how many events you go to. You're going to be shown new techniques and new skills. But the bottom line is, what stays the same is consistency and the basic models of finding people, showing them isogenics, and following up. That's it, right? Those are our three things to get people over the line. So that never changes. How we do it and how we want to do it changes. And you may think, okay, I've been doing this for however long you've been doing this, and something that you've been doing may not be working for you. I'm just going to mute Zola. And damn it, Zola, you ruined my train of thought. All right, sweet. Anyway, you guys get what I'm saying, right? I don't even know if I finished that sentence, but whatever. See, anyone can do this. Cool. So I did write some notes here about how we can group ourselves into teams for like social media chats. And it would be really cool to see how this goes for the next month, right? If we can pin the next 4 weeks. I'm not sure how long Gabby is away for. I think she's maybe a month or 6 weeks. So if we can stay in these groups for the next 4 weeks and see how that changes our social media flow, would be really cool. Because I know I feel a little stuck sometimes when I'm just like, man, I wish someone would comment on my post, and I don't want to be that needy person, and leaders go first that just ask for everybody to help. But then there's the other side of it too, where this is a leverage-based company. We shouldn't be asking for help, huh? Yeah, but we do need to create the tools in place to be able to let that flow. Cool. So this is a little idea I came up with, was maybe break people up into how long you've been in your ISA business, and set people up so they're with people that have been doing this for a little bit of time, people that may be brand new, rather than grouping, like accidentally getting like a whole bunch of newbies together in one group. And that could work too. I mean, I don't think it really matters. It's just about lifting people's chats up, right? It's also a really cool opportunity for one person to nominate themselves as leader, or the group nominate one person as a leader, to make sure the group withstands the month period, right? Because what could happen is everyone gets excited, we get put into our groups, and then the group chat dies for whatever reason and nothing happens. So having someone assigned as a leader could be a really good way to ensure that, people are just doing what they say they do. You can create your own tasks and everything like that. It's a cool way for somebody to step up as a leader and maybe coach people who actually want to be coached, which is cool. And accountability. Thank you, Gail. Yeah. So, who's excited for that? Yeah. I love that you guys have your cameras on. It's really cool to see you guys, and really cool to connect with you face to face as well. I haven't actually met a lot of you, so hello. What else have we got here? Yeah, okay, so I've written here, maybe we can create a point system for every enrollment, rank advancement, and daily consistent posting. So whoever's the leader can keep a point system for that. Maybe we can run some prizes through. Who knows? I'll run it by Gabby, and we'll see what she thinks. Hey, it's another idea, right? We're our leaders, and we can put things forward and see what we can create with this. Awesome. So I think I've covered over most things, and we're running maybe just a little bit over time. Not compared to Gabby's events though, hey. I like to get one short and sweet and really to the point. But does anyone have any questions about anything I've covered or would like me to delve into a little bit more detail about anything I have covered? And again, I can post these notes into somewhere that everyone can access them for. Someone's just crunching on the mic there. Sweet. Fran, you've unmuted yourself. Did you want to say something? Okay, I'll just mute you again. Sweet. What else have I got here? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, okay, I'll run through these questions then. Okay, what I'll do is I'll stop recording somehow. There we go.